Okay, everyone. This is Kathleen Deggelman. It's Wednesday, right before the 4th of July. I just want to wish you all a very happy 4th of July. Thanks for joining us today. What we're going to do briefly is I'm going to share a little bit about why I chose Jeunesse and a little bit about the products, and if you're thinking about a business opportunity, why you might want to take a serious look at this. Great to see everyone here. Thanks for all the chat messages. Just as a way of background to me, I got started with Jeunesse about 10 months ago, and I've been in the industry for 7 years, almost exactly 7 years. And prior to that, I was in corporate America for 20 plus years, worked for some great companies like IBM and Levi Strauss. Loved being an employee, had some great experiences, but about 10 years ago, I decided that I really wanted to create my own financial freedom. I wanted to create a lifestyle where I got to decide when I went on vacation, how long I went on vacation. And so I became a real estate agent in San Francisco. I did that for a number of years. I did well, but it still wasn't satisfying everything that I was looking for. I didn't know that what I was looking for was network marketing, but I was introduced to a wonderful company about 7 years ago, had an amazing, incredible experience, and when I got introduced to Jeunesse about 10 months ago, I wasn't really looking to leave, but the more I looked at the quality of the products, the skincare line, the supplements, I got to spend a couple of days with the founders in Orlando, Wendy and Randy. The more I looked at that, and once I really studied the compensation plan, I was waking up in the middle of the night thinking if I didn't say yes to this, I was going to regret it. And that was about 10 months ago. My 1-year anniversary will be in September. I am very, very happy with the decision. And when I look at the list of the top 10 companies in the network marketing world, 10 out of 10 are over $1 billion companies, and 9 out of 10 promote skincare. And I really, really believe that Jeunesse will be on that list someday. So this is not something that I'm looking to do just as a hobby or something that I'm looking to do for a couple of years. I've got a 10-year vision on this. I've got some huge goals. I want to set myself up for the rest of my life, and I also want to help a lot of other people do the same thing. One of the things that I'm passionate about, once you get to know me, is I'm very passionate about financial literacy. And some of the things that worry me about what's going on right now in the world is just the lack of preparedness for retirement. And so I want to help a lot more people become financially solvent, so that when they're older, they've got plenty to live on. And for the younger people, I've got 15 nieces and nephews. I just inherited 3 kids when I got married last year to my wonderful husband. And I want to teach them about financial literacy too. And network marketing is the perfect vehicle to help people take control of their finances. I love what Jworld says. It's not what we do in our full-time, it's what we do in our part-time that creates our wealth and that creates our life. So let's get started. And this was me. I'm actually going to maximize this screen. This was me on the left about 25 years ago in France with my sister, and then the picture on the right is just last summer at Mark's and my wedding. And the reason why I show that is just because I love, as I said, financial literacy. I love making money. I love creating wealth. I love helping other people to do the same thing. I love investing. I'm just fascinated by it. It's fun to me, but I also love being a girl, and I've always cared about my skin, or I shouldn't say always, but since I was in my mid-30s, I have. And I'm like many, 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 many other women, someone who has spent a lot of money on skincare and jumped around a lot. And I think the reason why we jump around a lot is because we don't find what we're looking for, or we don't get the results that we're looking for. And I can tell you with 1,000% certainty that I have never loved a skincare line more than I loved Jeunesse's LUMINESCE skincare line based on stem cell technology. I will use this line for the rest of my life. I personally have seen very significant differences. My personal testimonials that when I'd been using the product for 10 days last September, I went into my regularly scheduled appointment with my esthetician that I've been seeing for 17, 18 years. And right when I walked in the door, she took one look at me and says, "What are you doing? Your skin looks amazing." And 3 months later, at my 3-month after I'd been using the product for 3 months, I went in for my regularly scheduled appointment, and she looked at my skin under the light, that harsh dermoscope light, and she said that my skin looks 10 years younger today than it did a year ago. I have never used a skincare line and gotten those kind of results. So when I first was doing my due diligence on Jeunesse, last September, these were a couple of the photos that I saw that looking back, I remember thinking, wow, there's really something to this. I'm going to take, I'm going to take a more serious look at the products. I was intrigued. And I'm just going to share with you a few before and after pictures. But before we do that, I've been building a presence online for several years. I've made millions of dollars in this industry, and I've created a following. I'm happy to say both offline and online. And I thought last September, well, I'm going to take a survey, a skincare survey with my thousands of fans on Facebook, and I asked them what were the top concerns that were troubling them. And no surprise, but the number one concern was fine lines and wrinkles. That wasn't a surprise. But the number two concern surprised me, dryness and dehydration. Number three, elasticity and sagging. 4, age spots and sun damage. 5, acne and scarring. And then there's a whole host of other issues. And what I love about our skincare line is it addresses all of these. Anybody can relate to at least one of these. I'm sure all of us can. And these are just some before and after pictures I'm going to walk you through. I think that we've made Lynn, she's from Dallas, famous on the internet with her before and after pictures. This is her before and after picture after 4 months of just using the serum. And we'll talk about the individual components, but the serum is the flagship of the product line. I mean, that is life-changing results. I had a friend say to me, when I first started sharing Jeunesse last year, she kind of poo-pooed it and said, you're just helping people look better. What's the big deal? And I just thought, boy, don't ever underestimate that. We're not just helping people look better. I mean, there's benefits to that. Self-esteem, confidence, getting your sexy back. I mean, there's all kinds of things that spill over into having a better quality of life. This is my friend Linda Miner from Canada, and what's interesting about Linda's before and after pictures is what she has shared with me is that a lot of people think that she's lost weight, and she hasn't. It's just that the texture and the tone of her skin has changed. Pretty big difference on the set of pictures on the left, and then on the right you can see a remarkable difference in the tightness and elasticity of her neck and chin area. And this is an amazing difference. When I saw this picture, I mean, talk about life-changing. I mean, this is a beautiful young girl, beautiful young woman that had a very serious acne problem. And don't think that acne is just for kids. 80% of adults struggle with acne at some time in our lives. So this is a very, very common issue. But this young gal must be absolutely thrilled with the results. And this is my friend Becky, and Becky did a really, really good job of covering up what was a very serious acne problem, and she has struggled with it her entire life. If I hadn't seen this myself, I don't know that I would have believed the difference. But Becky's skin, after about 6 weeks, started to show a remarkable difference, and now months and months later, I mean, Becky has smooth, beautiful skin for the first time in her adult life. And this is Monique. We tease her that this is her mug shot. She's actually a very pretty woman, but she was good enough to share just her before and after using the skincare line with helping to deal with her rosacea. Very remarkable difference in just the heat, the coloring to come down. And these were 5 models that the company actually hired to try the LUMINESCE skincare line for 30 days. And obviously the before pictures are on the left for each set. And you can see a very big difference in the elasticity, the tone, bumps, dark circles, the lines around the eyes, acne in the lower right. And what's interesting about this is that all 5 of these models after 30 days say we absolutely love the product, and they started buying it. So that's a good testimonial. And here are just some more pictures. You can see, I mean, the woman in the upper right, you would think that she'd had a facelift. Same thing for the woman in the lower lower right, and then in the lower left, a very remarkable difference in the elasticity and the tightness of the jawline. And I was someone, I'm going to be 55 this summer. I was someone who was in my probably late 50s, was starting to play the what if I got a facelift game, and that's where you pull your face back and you stand in the mirror. Well, since I've been using this product line, I'm not playing that game anymore. And this is the skincare line. There's actually 5 components. We've got the serum, which is the flagship. And what is unique and different about our skincare line is the stem cell technology. And we'll talk a little bit about Dr. Newman. He's a well-known cosmetic surgeon, dermatologist out of Beverly Hills. He's like the doctor for the stars in the Los Angeles area. He created the stem cell technology originally to help people who were struggling with burns and scars, and it was helping with that, but they also said, you know, it's helping with our wrinkles too, and he must have said, aha, that's a much bigger market. And along the way, he got connected with our founders, and Jeunesse was born based on originally the LUMINESCE skincare line. So the serum has 85% of the growth compounds that Dr. Newman was able to isolate from stem cells. Sometimes people think that we're putting somebody else's stem cells on our faces, and that's not what we're doing. What he was able to do was to take the stem cells from healthy fat tissue from adults and to isolate the growth compounds. So what we're doing is we're applying something to our faces and our body that is actually changing the communication at a cellular level. So most of what we do, and most of everything I've ever used in the past, was something that really just worked topically, maybe slightly under the surface. But with LUMINESCE, not only does it work topically, but it's also working internally. And so we're not going to plateau. We're going to continue to see improvement. The cleanser, I love the cleanser. In fact, that's my esthetician's favorite of the line. It has a little bit of glycolic acid in it, so it's a gentle exfoliant. I was somebody who always used a cleanser at night, but I didn't use the cleanser so much in the morning until I heard Dr. Newman say that because of that exfoliant, you want to use it in the morning also, because it basically wakes up your skin and it will create the environment so that the serum can penetrate more efficiently. And then we have the daytime lotion. That is the has an SPF of 30 in it. What I love about our daytime lotion is it just goes on really easily. It doesn't leave a white film like so many SPF products do. It's not greasy. It's not too rich. It's just a great daytime moisturizer. And then our nighttime moisturizer is I don't know, that might be my favorite of the line. It's loaded with vitamins and antioxidants, and when you put it on at night, you can see your skin drinking it in. You can really see and feel the difference in terms of the hydration right away with these products. And then lastly is the body lotion. And when I first heard about this, I was like, you know, really, do we need a body lotion? But we spend all of our time focused on our, you know, like chest and above, and maybe a little bit with our hands. Most of the time we're focused on our faces, a little bit our neck and our chest area. But what I realized is once I started using this body lotion is that if that's aging, if our face is not aging, so are our hands, so are our arms, so are our legs. And so the body renewal lotion is just a wonderful lotion to help your legs and arms to look great and smooth and actually toned also. So Jeunesse hired an independent third-party laboratory to study the effectiveness of LUMINESCE. And what's interesting about a third-party laboratory, when you hire an independent company, you are obligated by law to share the results. So a company isn't going to do this unless they're very sure of the results, because they have to share it. These are fabulous results. 100% of people who used the skincare line would recommend the product to family or friends. 87% felt that their skin looked younger. 87% felt an improvement in skin smoothness and luminosity. And that's one of the things that I love about the skincare line, and I think it's great that it's called LUMINESCE, is because what it does is it actually brings the luminosity, what I call the glow factor, back to our skin. And as we age and our hormones change, especially for women, what starts to change is the color of our skin. We use that youthful glow. Well, LUMINESCE brings that back. And lastly, 74% felt an improvement in skin firmness. So this is a little bit of a joke, but there are lots of very, very expensive alternatives out there, and they can be painful. And with the LUMINESCE skincare line, what we're doing is we're offering people a way to avoid the injections and the surgery. Like I said, I'm not playing that what if I got a facelift game anymore. There are lots of alternatives. And I also really appreciate, I mean, our skincare line could be much more expensive than it is. A friend of mine that's in the business in Seattle has worked at the Nordstrom cosmetic counter for a long time. And I asked her to compare the pricing of our line. And she said, oh, it's actually very, very well priced. I mean, you can go into a Nordstrom or a Macy's and the cosmetic line is going to run anywhere from $200, $250 all the way up, you know, into the thousands. And once you're a member in our system, you can buy the full line for $250. And I don't think there's too many department store brands, you know, that you could do that with. So here is our wonderful medical advisory board. I've had the chance to spend time with all four of these wonderful doctors. Dr. Amzalag is our European spokesperson. He's 73 years old, and he has the vitality and the fitness of a very fit and handsome 40-year-old. So you look at him and you think, whatever he's having, I want some of that. And then there's Dr. Antar, and I'm going to come back here. There's Dr. Antar, and she has been a preventive medicine doctor for over 20 years. And when we have a question about the product, she's the one that is there easily available through email. Dr. Champapa is the formulator of our wonderful AM/PM supplements. He is known as the father of anti-aging. He's written a number of books on anti-aging, one of the world's leading authorities on how to help us to age more healthfully and gracefully. And then Dr. Newman, he's the doctor that created the stem cell technology out of Beverly Hills. So moving from the skincare line, now let's talk about some of our incredible supplements. Finity is a relatively new product. In fact, we just had our first training webinar from the corporation today. Finity contains the only known nutrient that effectively enhances our telomere lengths. And for those of you that don't know, telomeres are the it's kind of like the plastic cap on the end of a shoelace. Telomeres protect our cells, and they protect the DNA code inside. The doctors who discovered this nutrient, which actually comes from the astragalus root from a remote area in China, the doctors who discovered this actually won the Nobel Prize for their research. And Finity is the only product on the market that contains that nutrient. There are other products that will say they have similar, but we're the only ones that can actually make the claim that our product Finity will help to keep the telomeres healthy and long. And what happens as we age, there's thousands of documented medical studies that say that as we age, our telomeres get shorter and shorter and shorter, and there's a direct correlation between that and the onset of age-related diseases like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, diabetes, heart disease. So it's been proven that if we can keep the telomeres healthier and longer, we can actually delay and prevent some of those diseases. So this is a wonderful product. It's been proven that people with longer telomeres live longer and healthier. We're just getting started with that product, but that product alone, if you're interested in the business, that product alone, we could build an amazing business. And then our AM/PM supplements, Dr. Champapa developed the formula. They have dozens of ingredients on the label. There's so many that you have to peel it back. One of my friends took these products to their naturopathic doctor, and he pulled back the label and he said, these are amazing. You would typically have to take a huge handful of products to get what's in our AM PM. Yes, they've got everything you'd expect from a high quality supplement, the vitamins, the minerals, but it also has things that I've never seen in a supplement, like probiotics, digestive enzymes, DNA repair, telomere repair, stem cell maintenance, calorie restriction mimetics, and the AM gets you going, gets us going in the morning with a nice healthy amount of green tea extract, and the PMs have melatonin and valerian in it, natural ingredients to help us sleep better at night. And I think there's over 40 million people in the United States alone that struggle with sleep. So it's wonderful to hear people say that they're sleeping better, that they're waking up more rested, and that they just feel better during the day. There's a lot of supplements that we take that you don't really notice a difference. And what I love about our supplements is you can feel the difference. And this is our reserve gel packs. Most of us know we're not getting anywhere close to the recommended servings of fruits and vegetables a day. This is just a great, easy, convenient way to get all the good stuff that's in fruits and vegetables. It's especially loaded with resveratrol. When people talk about red wine being good for you, they're primarily talking about the resveratrol that comes from the grape skins. Well, the doctors in Las Vegas shared with us a couple of months ago that it takes 184 bottles of Cabernet Sauvignon to equal one of these little packages of the reserve gel packs. It's hard to even imagine that. So it's been proven that resveratrol is really good for our health, great for our immune system, and especially good for our hearts. So this is just great, convenient nutrition on the go. I take 2 of these a day. I keep them in my purse. They're great in the kids' lunches. They're also really good for helping to curb the sugar cravings. And then this is our secret to a detoxified body. It's called Propectin. This is a natural cleanse, and this is a little bit of a niche market, but more and more people are recognizing that with everything that we're surrounded by in terms of the toxins and the pollutions in our everyday life, that it's a good idea to do a cleanse every now and then. This is based on the only patented pure pharmaceutical grade apple pectin product in the world. It was originally developed for the people who were struggling in Japan after the nuclear meltdowns. Well, a lot of that radiation and those problems have now started to show up on our shores, and we all know that if you eat fish, you're being exposed to toxins. If you live in a city, everything that we do, we're surrounded by things that our bodies weren't primarily designed to take in. This has been clinically proven to actually remove the radiation, remove the heavy metals. It's also good for balancing our cholesterol, and it tastes like warm applesauce. It's like 1,000 times easier to do than any cleanse I've ever taken. So that's it about our products. When I was doing my due diligence on whether this was a business that I wanted to promote and get involved in, I loved that it was part of the wellness industry. I've been in the wellness industry for 7 years. I enjoy helping people to feel better, and when I added the look better with the skincare line, that was just a plus. It's actually really a very fun line to promote. I love that what we're talking about here are replacement products. I'm not trying to educate people about a product that they're not used to already spending money on. Most women, especially women and men, are starting to already spend money on skincare. We get it. And 90% of us take supplements and vitamins. So I'm loving the receptivity of people to our products. And moving right along. So a little bit about the company. When I was doing my due diligence, it was important to me that Jeunesse was not a startup company. I just didn't want to go there. I didn't want to experience the possible ups and downs that go with a startup. But I do appreciate that Jeunesse we're not even 4 years old yet. Jeunesse is debt-free. This year we'll do $250 million to $300 in revenue. That is very, very, very good, considering that we're only 3.5 years old. And this next bullet was one of the things that I was really taken with. Typically in our industry, if it's a U.S. headquartered company, they open the United States, and then when they get that going, they very slowly start opening other countries. And typically, it could be years before you could say to the person that you met, from Hong Kong or Thailand or China or Italy or Spain. You know, we're not there yet, but we're going to get there. Well, Jeunesse did it the opposite. It's very intriguing. They opened up the world, and then they came back and opened up North America. So when I was recruited to come to Jeunesse last September, I looked at that and I thought, so I can market to 87 countries all over the world. At the time that I started, I think it was 84, but now it's 87. I can market to 87 countries all over the world, and with social media, that's never been easier, and I have a ground floor opportunity in my backyard. That's a really good deal. This is a picture of Wendy Lewis and Randy Ray. They are exactly what they appear to be, just good, smart, humble, very intelligent, very successful people. They've been in this industry for 20 years. Wendy has a master's in statistics. She's written comp plans for 20 years for other companies. She totally understands how to put a compensation plan together that's going to incent people all along the way. If you're somebody that, you know, wants to make an extra $500, extra $1,000 a month, the incentives are there. If you're somebody that wants to replace your job and maybe make $50,000 to $100,000, that is in the works too. And if you're somebody that wants to make millions of dollars, that is definitely in there too. She knows how to write a great comp plan. It's the best comp plan I've ever seen. And the auto ship is only $84 a month. That was something that I really appreciated, because in these times, it's good to be friendly to the budgets. We have a great preferred customer program. When you bring in 2 customers, the next month you get $50. You don't have to buy your $84 auto ship, and you get 2 free serums. And our preferred customers can get a free bottle of serum too by bringing in people. So just recently, Jeunesse has been very well recognized by the Direct Selling Association. For the last 2 years, Jeunesse has been in the top 100 network marketing companies. 2 years ago, I think it was 83, and last year it was 73. That's great, considering, you know, who our competition is and how long we've been in the game. And a few months ago, Wendy, our co-founder, was ranked one of the top 20 most influential women in network marketing. And I didn't realize how much I was going to enjoy working with a company where one of the founders was a woman. And in my previous company, I was the first and only single woman to achieve one of the top ranks, and it was great. And I'm all good, but I have to say that I'm loving working for this couple. The husband and wife team is really fun, and Wendy is an absolute powerhouse. She is so smart. I mean, she operates on another level in terms of the math and the statistics. She completely knows how to put this kind of a business together. And what I love about Jeunesse is the culture is very inclusive, and it's everybody's welcome. We're creating a culture where it doesn't matter, you know, what nationality, where you're from, whether you're rich or poor, everybody's invited. And Jeunesse doesn't just celebrate women, they celebrate men too. So it's all good. So these are just a list of the 87 countries that we're in. This is not, and we've added a few more, but when you meet somebody from Bulgaria or France or Luxembourg or Thailand, almost anywhere in the world, you can say, we're there, how can I help you? And it was really important to me that Jeunesse have the nonprofit arm. Jeunesse supports, we have our own nonprofit called Jeunesse Kids, and the goal is to stop hunger, to stop world hunger. And we're partnered with another company called Global Village. We're the only network marketing company within Global Village, and some of the partners are people like Celine Dion, Michael Jordan, Yank Berry. So it's a wonderful cause to be a part of. And Jworld, this is Jeunesse's technology arm. Jeunesse not only has cutting-edge products and a very, very lucrative compensation plan, but they also get that the world has changed and that technology and social media is a big part of how we can build this business today. Social, I'll just comment on that. We are the only network marketing company that has access to a system, to the licensing for a software package that allows us to easily promote a free sample link on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. And you do that through Social. It's a great program. It's a great way to introduce the product to people. And this is just a sampling of who makes up our J Factor team. We've already got some wonderful leaders, some great teams going. I'm very, very proud and happy to be working with such a wonderful group of people. And then this is just a list of some of the things that, as the J Factor team, we offer. We have a 5-minute sizzle line call that would replace, you know, back in the day when you'd pass out a DVD or a CD. Now we just have an 800 number that you can dial in, and you can let me share the products and the opportunities with your products. We've also got on-demand webinars. We've got our own private Facebook group. We've got a team calendar. We're teaching about social media. I've created a customer platform called secrets2flawlessskin.com. So if somebody says, oh, I want to see some more pictures, or I want to see customer testimonials, you can send them to that site. And then we also have our own training hub called the jfactorteam.com. And these are the 3 ways that a person can get started. You can become a customer. You can try our products. We have a great preferred customer program. You can become a customer and get free products, or you can join us and become a business builder and earn some extra money. This is just a price comparison. I'll highlight the serum. The retail price is $134.95. Preferred customer 10% off, $121.45. Wholesale $84.95. So wholesale is always the best way to get anything. That's on average it's 33% off of everything. And if you decide that you want to join us and come into the back office system with us, these are some of the choices that you have when you sign up. Not only do you get a great discount on the retail pricing down to wholesale, but it's going to give you some inventory to share with people. And when you buy the Supreme Jumbo or Ambassador, you also buy the opportunity to make commission as if you'd achieved a rank that you haven't yet. So it's a very good thing. It's actually a very creative part of our compensation plan. And how do I make money? Let's talk about that. So there's actually 6 streams of income. One is you buy it at retail and you sell it at wholesale. One is you buy it at wholesale and you sell it at retail, the opposite. And then the second way you make money are our customer acquisition bonuses. When you sign somebody up and say they come in on that ambassador package, that's $1,100, and that's actually my favorite. You get, as a sponsor, you get a $250 customer acquisition bonus. When somebody comes in and say they sign up on the basic package, which is the $199, you get a $25 bonus. So if every week you're signing people up on the packages, if you sign one ambassador package up a week, that would be an extra $1,000 just right there. So we're not going to go into all the different ways of income, but we'll go into a couple of them in a little more depth. There's 2 very high payout structures within our comp plan. Team commission is one of them, and how this works in Jeunesse is you become a distributor by placing an order that's equivalent to 100 points. Every dollar you spend has a point value, and when your order is 100 points, which is probably about $130, $140, now you're qualified for team commission when you bring in 2 people. When you bring in 2 people, one on the right, one on the left, you become an executive, and now you're qualified for this team commission. And every time there's 600 points on one side, 300 on the other, this is a binary tree, that results in a $35 team commission. You can earn up to 750 team commissions per week, and the weekly cap is $26,250. Many weekly caps on this type of a commission is $10,000. Jeunesse is 2.5 times more. One of the things that got my attention when I was studying this comp plan, like I said, I've made millions of dollars in this industry. When I really looked at this compensation plan, I realized that I would have made several million more with this compensation plan. And one of the reasons why is because of this cap on team commission, the $26,250. What's interesting about this slide is you can actually build 2 strong legs. You can even sponsor just 2 people, but they'd have to be the right 2 people. And so that's not, likely to happen, but the fact that it's possible to happen is unusual with comp plans. But you build 2 strong legs and you max out that weekly team commission of $26,250, and you can make almost $1.4 million just on this. And then another high payout structure within our comp plan is called leadership matching bonus. It's a little bit complicated, but basically what it means is you bring people in. Your level 1 would be your personally sponsored, level 2 would be their personally sponsored, and level 3 would be their personally sponsored. You get paid level 1 through level 7 a leadership matching bonus. And so every time the people you personally sponsor make a team commission of $35, you get a matching bonus of 20 to 30%. So the range is I think it's $7 to $10.50. How you bump it up from 20 to 30% on level 1 so that you make the $10.50 is you have 10 customers in your back office. They can be preferred customers, they can be distributors who really are just customers, they haven't sponsored anyone and they're not making any money. When you have 10 of those, then this level 1 bumps up from 20 to 30%. Most companies on this type of a bonus pay 2 to 10%, and this was another thing that really got my attention. Jeunesse pays 65 to 75%. 2 to 10%, the industry average, versus 65 to 75%. This is an amazing part of the compensation plan. When I got started in the industry 7 years ago, I had a lot of people kind of go, well, not a lot, but I had met a few people who were seasoned in the industry. I was a newbie, and they said, oh, it's a binary. I don't know if I like binaries. And I remember thinking, I love binaries. It was great. But at the end of the day, I had a better idea as to why they questioned it. Well, what I love about Wendy Lewis and her ability to write great comp plans is she has fixed that. Because of that bonus that I just described, the leadership matching bonus, you can actually do very, very well in this comp plan, even if only one side of your binary is built. Because that leadership matching bonus is so high and so generous. Typically in a binary, if your business looked like this picture and you have one side going but the other side isn't doing anything, you don't make any money. And as the years roll on, it's not uncommon that you would have a lot of points on one side but very little going on the other side, and that's the side you get paid on. All of that revenue is still flowing up to the company, but you're not making very much money. With the way that Jeunesse has written our comp plan, if that happens, or say it happens down the road, but you have a very strong one side, you can still do very well because of that leadership matching bonus. And that's actually, there's a gal in Jeunesse, she's a diamond, and one side of her business fell apart. She was still making $18,000 a week because of that leadership matching bonus. And in order to qualify for the team commission, I've already mentioned you become an executive. What I like about this is it only takes 2 people to qualify for team commission. In many comp plans, it can take 6 to 10 before you qualify for this commission. You're qualified for team commission just by sponsoring one on the right, one on the left. And so to summarize, we've got absolutely amazing products. The stem cell technology that our skincare line is not like anything I've ever seen before. The supplements are fantastic. Everything that they've announced since I started almost a year ago, I've been very, very impressed with the science and the clinical trials that back it up. I love this comp plan. Most companies in our industry pay 52% of the gross revenue. Jeunesse pays 62%. So that right there is an extra 10%. I love the team that we're creating with our J Factor team, and with the J Social and the Jworld. Jeunesse is definitely on the cutting edge as to what we can do on the social media sites. So the opportunities right now, if you've already joined us, welcome. I'm looking forward to getting to know you. Take this seriously. If you're on this call and you're thinking about joining us, if you want to give me a call, 415-425-4277. You can ask me any questions. I hope I'll help you to make the decision. I see this as a life-changing opportunity. Like I said, I've already been very successful in this industry. And this is going to be another one of those wonderful, wonderful stories in the years to come. So the next steps are, if you're thinking about this, just make a decision to change your life, get back to the person that invited you, get started with Jeunesse and join our J Factor team. Figure out what starter kit you want to start with. And, you know, if you're thinking about this seriously as a business, ask yourself, what am I willing to invest in my business? You know, sometimes people look at the kits and they range from $200 all the way up to $2,000. There isn't any business that you could start with that low of overhead. This is the greatest business model on earth, to start with as little money and as little risk as possible. And once you choose your starter kit, you want to get on auto ship, and then the first thing you want to do is become an executive, sponsor one right and one left, and then we'll teach you to get the J Factor. That's an executive, one right, one left, and also two preferred customers, and then you've got the J Factor. So I highly encourage you to take this seriously. We're going to have a great time. We're going to travel all over the world. We're here to help. This can absolutely change your life. It does take work. It's not like it's a slam dunk, or you know, that it's going to happen overnight. It does take time and it does take work, but we're partnered with an incredible company and a great group of people. And Deborah's got a question here. What health and beauty network companies are direct competition to Jeunesse? Think Avon, Mary Kay, Nerium, Secrets. There's a handful out there, but none of them have the skincare or the stem cell technology that we have, and so they're not going to have the results that we do. So thank you very much for joining us today. Have a wonderful 4th of July, and I will see you soon. Have a great night, everybody.